Hello everyone, I'm Yoletta here with another weekly update. Hopefully this will work. This is my third or fourth take because the tech is misbehaving again. I've got to go deal with that. But never mind that. I've got a few sort of small things. I've got a lot of new features in here. Didn't get too much work done on the stage itself, and you'll see why shortly. To start with, we've got Buzzy Beetles in the game now. And if you've played Mario 3, then you may remember these guys climbing on ceilings and then falling down when you get too close to them. Oops, helps if I click on the game so I can actually control it. But there we go. They'll get too close. They get to save X position as your player, and they will jump off the ceiling or start running around the ground and be a hazard. Yes, I am aware that they were kind of hovering over the edge there. I'm still working out the math to get them to not do that, because my first few attempts just had them run completely off and not behave, or only bounce off of one edge and not the other. I'm not sure why it's not working, but it's a process. It's a learning process. Something else I can show off here is Miss Birdo. I just never got around to updating her sprite with her eyeshadow, so now she's got that. Give her a little bit more sassy look, although her death sprite will still show her surprise, so there she is. As well as something else I just kind of never mentioned before is with Luigi, when Midnight Blue was playtesting, Luigi was kind of hard to see when he shrunk down, so I decided to go ahead and give him a bit of an aura to make him easier to see. The blue is not working with the background color, but I'm actually working on, I think I can pull it up here if OBS will behave. There you go, making like a green aura that'll kind of like flake off of him, like all good aura effects do. Still a work in progress, but it's Luigi, he should be green. Might make it a little transparent too, haven't decided yet. But, let's see. And something else I can show with Luigi, if I can... Nope, that... Okay, that broke something. Cool, awesome. Been very much one of those types of days, so I'm just trying to get things to behave here. Okay. Yes, okay. So he also has, lightning shots. And, so this will be Luigi's laser, from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Mario gets fire powers, Luigi gets lightning. I thought it was appropriate. And so the lightning power is going to do a burst where if it hits an enemy, it'll burst into like a little electrical storm, damaging anyone nearby. The burst is probably a little smaller than it should be. Like, they kind of have to be on top of each other. I'll probably blow it up to be a little bit bigger, but it is, a unique item. It will basically damage the enemy that it touches, both the initial hit and the burst. So, a little bit extra damage there. And a little bit of damage to everyone around them. It will go through walls because, mostly because, there are going to be instances where I'm going to want people to be able to, like, break blocks, like, get, like, one-ups like you see in the first stage. And, you have to kind of have a way for people to get into all those. And, it doesn't break anything too much, give every character a different flavor. So, we've got all of that. Let me see what I've got on my list here. Okay, got some stuff I have to show off in the game proper. So, let me go ahead and close this, pull up Game Maker, switch the rooms around, because that's just the way I have this set up, and it's kind of the easiest way for me to deal with it without reprogramming a bunch of initialization variables. And let's get into the stage proper. We'll use, actually no, I want to use Birdo. Sorry, this is my third time recording. I'm trying to remember, like, what I haven't shown off, and just being very tired. We got Miss Birdo here. I'll give her her laser power up. And so now she has her eagle mask. I'm basing off the Ripple laser from Gradius. And when you look at that, you shoot two rings, they fly forward. You can have, basically, as soon as, like, one hits, you can fire off another one. So, since she always shoots her eggs, I kind of just feel like, okay, those will kind of count to two shots. Stops enemies, breaks rocks, goes through walls, all that good stuff. That was the worst time to show off what I needed to show off with them. Sorry. Let me get back to the Piranha Plants, because I actually fixed a bug with them. that has been there for a bit, and one of the things where I kind of need to like go back now. I know how to do things better, but they no longer go flying off when you die, um, which is nice because it doesn't look as silly. I do know that there are other enemies, items, objects. That's the word I'm looking for. That do that as well, but now that I kind of know how to do it with these guys, it's at least in this case, it's because they were using a state machine to do like their different phases of movement. And now that I know what to change, I can kind of tweak it with some of the other things, so I can start getting those fixed. Let me take a look at my list here. Lightning, Eagle Mask, Luigi Aura, Piranha Plant Movements, Buzzy Beetles. Okay, Birdo Sprite. So, last thing I need to show off is here in Stage 2. And for the sake of getting through here, because... Oh, that's because I saw that on the cheat. Yeah, I've got, like, a cheat button for, the turn on invincibility for debugging. It's technically still in there when you play the game if you know what button to push. But I'm not gonna tell you. And, you kind of just can plow through everything. It's, not it's fun. But I'm trying to get to where I can show stuff off here. But if we get to the end of the stage, unfortunately not too much in the way of updates to the stage. I've got some, like, I did put out some blueprint type stuff, so I can show that off here in a moment. But I can show off that we got Buzzy Beetles here. And you'll notice that just by getting close to him, I smacked him with my Phantom and lost all his shield. And so I realized I'm going to have to rearrange the pyramid, make it a little bit wider. Because I want the Buzzy Beetles to be the primary enemy of the pyramid. And if you can just take out half of them from your shield just by flying by, that means your shields are less useful. And, well, your shields are going to be torn away before you get a chance to really get to use them, if that makes any sense. And then I'll just kind of knock out the enemies. So we kind of don't want all that. That resides in OBS. Okay, sorry, just trying to get to where I can keep an eye on everything. I only got one monitor to work with here. But, so I was starting to plant like some more of the pyramid. Have like a little dip here. I will have to expand this to compensate for the Buzzy Beetles. But I'll start working on my end. Something else that I'm planning. I haven't gotten this in plan yet because I need to get one more enemy I'm planning for stage 2. The Fire Bros. They're like hammer bros, but instead of throwing hammers at you, they shoot fireballs, and we'll have a screen relatively early on where they'll be up these little platforms spitting fire down at you. Just kind of have to get them working, but only so much time in the day. So that is where we're at with this. I mean, Luigi's got all of his power-ups. Luigi got all his power-ups. Birdo still needs her bomb type, her downward shooting thing, which is going to be the vegetables. So I'll be getting that. I'll probably be getting that next, and then I can finally start moving on to like other characters and getting them set up. The only other enemy I'm planning on doing for stage 2 is the Fire Bros, and then I can start kind of fleshing out the stage more and using what I've got, start putting the coins, prize blocks, all that good stuff. So slowly but surely getting there. But yeah, I guess that's everything for right now, and the recording hasn't screwed up yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up before OBS starts glitching out on me again, or my voice changing software, or any of the other stuff. As always, feedback is always welcome and appreciated. And I hope you all have a great week. Take care.